Welcome to Saya YouTube channel. Today we're gonna explain about the making first move and how to intimate. At this point in the interaction, it's hard to mess things up if you just make a move. This is where many men fail to make a move, and their girls eventually feel uncomfortable and leave. They miss the escalation window and lose the woman. But take note that you don't have to wait for the escalation window. It depends on the girl. I've had plenty of women that I simply walked in the door with and started kissing, and we had never kissed at all before up to that point. The faster you can make the first move, in general, the better off you are, once you've made it back to a private location. When a man waits to make his first move, it does two things. One, it places an unreasonable amount of pressure on him and the girl as they wait for the inevitable move to be made. Two, it places an unreasonable burden of import upon that first move, and when he finally makes it, it will feel huge to both him and the girl. Many times, she will feel something akin to, okay, that's enough for tonight, because it felt so significant, since it had so much build-up behind it. She will move to end the evening with him and save more for next time. Once you have a woman alone with you, you must make a move, and in most cases, you want to make it as soon as possible, ideally, within the first 5 to 10 minutes of having her alone with you. In other words, it's not a good idea to wait too long. Ever. If you can tell a woman is uncomfortable when she first gets back to your place, give her some time to settle in. She may have hang-ups about intimacy, or maybe she started feeling like she doesn't know you all that well. So put on some seductive, relaxing music, and fix her a drink. Even water is fine. Just give her something to do or drink and give her a few minutes to settle into feeling comfortable in your place and with being alone with you. If possible, turn the conversation to the two of you rather than neutral subjects that don't progress your vibe. Once she feels comfortable though, you need to act. The first move should not be overly expressive or anything that overstates its importance. It just needs to happen and be over with, so the seduction can unfold naturally. Some general pointers to keep in mind: be close. Your first kiss will occur most naturally. Be close when the two of you are already physically very close. If you have to lean in from far away, you aren't close enough. The closer you are to her, the more natural it will be, and the more likely she is to go with it. Draw her in. Try either putting your finger under a girl's chin and turning her face towards you, or taking her arm and gently tugging her into you. This is a more dominant, more masculine way of going for a kiss than leaning into a girl for it, and women respond better too. Push her up against the wall. Particularly if there is a strong sexual vibe between the two of you, take the opportunity to gently push a woman up against a wall and kiss her deeply. Best to do this when you first walk into a room or home, although you can also do it while walking together through the home, or even outside on your way there in the first place. Place your hands behind her head and back to cushion the impact of pushing her back so that you don't harm her. Nothing kills the mood like pain. Kiss her neck. Sometimes you may find yourself lying down with a woman facing away from you. How do you make the first move when you can't kiss her on the lips? Simple, you kiss her neck, her shoulders, her arms, and the rest of her body. Most women will then turn to face you to kiss you with their lips. Even if they don't, you simply continue to escalate the intimacy. Regardless of how you do it, the first move is vital, and it's important to make it as soon as possible. If you have a woman back at your place and you feel like you're not sure when to make the first move, take that as a sign that it's time to act. Then do so. Once you've made that first move, the main barrier has been crossed. Now all you have to do is get intimate. You're now in the final stages of physical and emotional escalation. We'll have a look at both kinds of escalation below, so you know what to expect and how best to maximize your success here. Many men have the bad habit of getting into physical escalation and ignoring the emotional side of it. So let's cover emotional escalation first. Emotional escalation is getting a woman to the point that she is fully ready for intimacy. It might be said that a woman isn't ever fully ready for being intimate with you until she's been intimate with you on several separate occasions, but for now, let's get her as ready as she can be. First, if you've been using chase framing and tactful, or blatant, depending on your approach, sexual innuendos throughout the interaction, your woman is already going to be somewhat primed for intimacy. She's had the idea of you and her intimate in her head, you've mentioned it, suggested that she's pursuing it, and entrenched it as a part of her reality. Because of this, she's going to be at least somewhat primed for intimacy, and perhaps very primed. This will reduce her reservations and make her more ready for intimacy when you begin escalating with her. The basic tenets of emotional escalation are that you want to avoid anything that will make a girl get overly defensive. Typically, that means avoiding dirty talk as you escalate toward intimacy, except with women you already know like it. It also means not seeding future events and things to come that might get her thinking of you as a candidate for being her boyfriend and make her decide that she should postpone intimacy to build up more commitment.